The hidden history of the world's oldest cities. This Tower of Jericho shouldn't exist. Carbon dating places it more than 2,000 years before historians say cities were even possible. A slow pan across the massive stone Tower of Jericho, 8 meters tall, built of rough stone, buried for thousands of years beneath the desert floor. No writing, no metal tools, no king's names carved into its walls. This tower was built around 8000 BCE. That's before bronze, before wheels, before what most textbooks call civilization. And yet, someone planned it, engineered it, and convinced an entire community to build it. The question is simple and deeply unsettling. Who were they? And why have we been taught they came later? According to traditional history, cities emerged slowly. First came farming, then villages, then after thousands of years, true cities like Sumer, around 3500 BCE, urban life, we're told, required writing, kings, and advanced tools. Anything earlier was primitive, temporary, forgettable. But the ground tells a different story. Evidence has shown Jericho was already a walled city. Jericho wasn't a loose collection of huts. Archaeologists uncovered thick defensive walls, a stone tower, and evidence of organized labor. This means social hierarchy, planning, and shared belief systems existed 5,000 years earlier than expected. You don't build walls unless you're defending something valuable or fearing something powerful. Evidence #2. Göbekli Tepe, a city before agriculture. In southeastern Turkey lies Göbekli Tepe, dated to 9600 BCE. Massive T-shaped pillars, carved with animals, lions, serpents, vultures arranged in precise circles. Here's the anomaly. This site predates farming. Textbooks say agriculture created cities. Göbekli Tepe suggests the opposite, that large, organized populations existed before farming, possibly to build ritual centers that later forced humans to invent agriculture to sustain them. Evidence #3. Global trade. In the first city's excavations in Jericho revealed obsidian tools sourced from Anatolia, hundreds of kilometers away. This wasn't accidental travel, it was long-distance trade, organized, repeated, reliable. That means roads, relationships, and shared knowledge between regions, long before the rise of empires. Cities were not isolated experiments, they were nodes in an ancient network. And Jericho and Göbekli Tepe are not alone. Çatalhöyük, a city with no streets, where people walked across rooftops as early as 7500 BCE. Mehrgar in the Indus region, evidence of dynasty and urban planning around 7000 BCE. Ain Ghazal in Jordan, life-sized human statues made of plaster, staring back at us from 9,000 years ago. These were not crude villages. They were sophisticated societies, deliberate, symbolic, and organized. So why were they forgotten? Because they don't fit the timeline. But the strangest part isn't the stone. It's the connection. Obsidian from Turkey and Jericho. Identical animal symbols appearing from Anatolia to the Levant. Similar burial rituals across regions separated by deserts and mountains. Some researchers have noticed something even more unsettling. Many of these early cities and ritual centers are built near geologically unusual zones, areas rich in limestone, basalt, or naturally magnetic stone, places where the earth behaves differently. Is it coincidence? Or did the world's first city builders choose their locations based on knowledge we no longer understand? Because if these sites were connected culturally, economically, or even spiritually, then the story of civilization isn't a straight line, it's a web. What we're really confronting is this. Cities may not have been the result of civilization. They may have been the cause. Large gatherings for ritual or trade may have forced humans to settle, to organize, to innovate. Writing, farming, and kingship could have come after cities, not before. This flips the entire narrative. Instead of struggling primitives slowly becoming civilized, we see capable societies rising, collapsing, and rising again, leaving fragments behind, misdated and misunderstood. And every time we find one, the timeline stretches further back. The Tower of Jericho, Göbekli Tepe, cities older than history itself. But here's the question that refuses to go away. If these early cities didn't develop in isolation, who else was part of this lost network? Because if the Olmecs didn't build alone, if the first cities weren't the first at all, then ancient monuments around the world may be echoes of a forgotten global story. And that is the mystery we uncover in our next investigation on ancient monuments with unexplained histories. Have you seen them? Number ancient monument? Click subscribe so you don't miss the truth about ancient monuments with unexplained histories. Have you seen them? Number ancient monument? Some cities were buried by sand. Others were buried by history.